What's Gavin's assessment of the damage?
My assessment is there's a crack over here.
Where's that?
Right there. It's a small crack. Personally, nothing I would worry about. As long as it tracks straight. I was gonna say, does it drive straight and everything still?
Yeah, it was a little different, but I mean, it's still okay.
As long as it doesn't, like, catwalk or whatever you call it. Crab walk, not catwalk. Yeah, as long as it drives straight, I think it'll be alright. Alright guys, so we are here messing with Sean's truck, and we will give you a whole walk around of the same before we're done, but I just figured I'd include you guys on some stuff we're doing to the truck, because whenever you guys receive or buy one of these trucks, a lot of them are messed with in the same fashion. So if you take a look here, here is the smoke screw. This is not the fuel screw as some people refer to it. This is just the smoke screw. It's literally just pre-boost fuel, so unusable fuel whenever you're not under boost yet. And this thing's drove so far in there, they didn't have the lock nut on it. So that just kind of shows how far in we're sitting. It's tuned all right. The pump was rebuilt by THD, but it has a Denny T stage 2 fuel pin in it. And those are notorious for being cut too deep, because when they're cut that deep, the slide pin comes too far out and the O-ring is like, I don't know, it leaks diesel into the AFC housing. And that's another reason, even though, I mean, you should buy a THD pin. So what we're gonna do is take the the smoke screw and back it back out all the way to where it sits flush within the top hat. So right there would be good. You guys know on my old truck, I grinded this all down so it would actually sit all the way up on this screw, because with the compounds, I needed to cut out as much early fuel as I could, because I wanted it to burn as clean as I could, but yet have the most power. So that's kind of where it should sit, and then this lock nut will go back on there, and yeah. But the pump is tuned fairly decent. I think there's probably more fuel left in it, but I would like to find how Eric tuned it before it left him, so might attempt to get a hold of him and ask. But yeah, this is we took the bumper off too, because it got in a wreck yesterday. It got bent up pretty good. There's some things that probably need to be addressed, but all in all, it's a very straight and solid truck. It's got some nice stuff, conservative stuff done to it, but it's also very straight and clean. It's a 5-speed as well, so 92 LE truck. Kind of hard to come by these days, but definitely a good truck. It would be worth something, or worth trying. I don't know.
More fuel?
More fuel, I think.
Yeah.
More fuel?
More fuel.
More fuel?
Put a CP3 on that thing.
Make sure it's getting all of it. Alright, let off just a tad. Pull it back. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, it's getting full travel. Well, I guess you can start it up, make sure that we're not going to have a runaway issue, because I couldn't turn the screw any farther, so I assume we won't, but go ahead and double check.
Conclusion.
I don't have an orifice. Okay, alright, so yeah, we should give you a good conclusion here. So this pump has been touched by Eric at THD, which you guys know very well of Eric. Eric and me don't agree on a lot of stuff, but he's good at what he does, and I do like his pumps, and he does a good job. This truck runs apparently very well. I haven't got a ride in it, but it does very well. I went to go ahead and change some stuff. We adjusted the smoke screw, which I showed you guys, and I figured we might as well max out the pump while we were at it. Took a look at the fuel screw, loosened the jam nut, went to go tighten it, and it would not go any farther, so I believe it is hitting the wall on the inside of the pump. So it's already maxed, which is not really a surprise, because Eric probably benched it and maxed it. So it's at its full potential right now. The tuning was off, which I guarantee Eric wouldn't have tuned it like it is. So we went ahead and fixed that. The only thing that could be better is a THD fuel pen. And I assume it's got a governor spring. I don't know. I can't tell without going into the pump, and that's not really worth it. Just as long as it runs good, that's the deal. We went ahead and took off the hot air intake and put the factory one back in there, and it also has a aftermarket filter in there as well, so that's definitely beneficial. But we've been kind of looking over this thing since it was in a wreck yesterday, and it's got some interesting stuff, but we're going to toss the bumper back on for a couple pictures for insurance. And yeah, just kind of hang out and do first gen things, I guess. But
Hey guys, so the truck we have behind us is Sean's truck. Gavin talked about it a little bit, but not a whole walk around of it. So we figured we'd give you guys a walk around of it. I don't know how much more you guys will see this truck on the channel, but it's always cool to put a little bit more first gen content out there. So it is a 92 D250. If it will focus, there we go. It's got a THD pump on it, factory H1C. It is a get rag truck, which is pretty cool. The thing is pretty straight. It is an LE. I'll give you guys a shot of the interior here. Mint interior. He did get in a wreck yesterday, so part of that is going to have to get taken care of, but it happens. Sean, what are the plans for the truck? What are the plans for the truck?
I'm not real sure yet. Just gonna make it faster.
Just make it faster? Clutch. A clutch would be needed ASAP before we get a whole bunch of power going through it, but just figured we'd show it to you guys.
Morrison shaft, blue top steering box.
A nitrogen.
Because I'm sure at like 120 or 130, it's going to be all over the place.
Just like that.
So happy. I wish you'd keep that thing.
Yeah, it's badass. That'd be like my goal for the
Yeah.
Opinions, Gavin?
I am stoked. This is exactly where I need the captain's chair to sit, by the way, because my legs are too damn long for anything closer.
I got your stroke and I can't even push the brake pedal with my tip.
Yeah.
Badass.
Yeah, this has been a long time coming. I'm glad we got panels on it. It's matching up pretty good where they have marked, obviously, we're gonna have to do something to make it look better, because with shaving the drip rail, you make a bigger gap, and the drip rail literally hides every sort of gap that you could think of, and kind of shadows it over, so Dodge didn't have to work too hard to make that look good. And I mean, it's a ways off right now, so a lot of Bondo and hoping that it works, I guess. A lot of shaping, and
It's got to go from this line to that line, and then from that line
Just gotta
to
make
that
sure
line.
we use a soup spoon, because if you spread Bondo with anything but a soup spoon,
yeah,
That's for that guy that asked about that.
yeah. So
I was gonna use a fork today, but we only had soup spoons, so.
yeah. So that's kind of what, I mean, we got more work now before we can primer, but it was worth getting the doors on and seeing at least that we had something to do, because I'm glad we discovered this now instead of after we did any sort of primer. So I don't know, it's coming along. I'm happy with it. I'm locked in here, but I don't really care.
Andy, how hard do you think this is going to be?
Well, the government couldn't do that.
So hard? Okay.
I don't get paid enough.
I'll let Gavin know.
I'll file a workers' complaint.
Workman's comp?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think either of us get paid enough.
Case of Dr. Pepper a week.
Yeah. Also, I think Logan would like to put in his fair share of words, but he's not here right now, because Logan does quite a bit of work too. I hope Gavin puts this in the video.
This is gonna look like hammered dog shit for a minute.
Until we get it sanded out, but I mean, it's not looking terrible. It's just because we're gonna have to shape a corner, but
We're gonna end up sanding 90% of this Bondo off, I think.
that's how Bondo work goes. Okay guys, so Gavin has to head out, so I'm gonna go ahead and shoot an outro for this video. It's gonna be kind of a short one, and it's an early night. It's only 5 o'clock, but Gavin's got some stuff to take care of, and I mean, we didn't get out here till a little later today because we were out pretty late last night. So figured I'd let you guys know what we got finished. Andy just put the last skim for Bondo for the evening. We're gonna let that dry and come back and sand that some point. Got both doors hung, both fenders set. They're not bolted down, but we needed the doors completely ready to find out where the fenders needed to be. This door is completely set now. Yeah, we really didn't get a whole lot done today. Got the bumper pulled off of Sean's truck over here, and then other than that, I mean, we adjusted top hat on this, which you guys will see in this video, or saw in this video. So I think that'll wrap it up for today, guys. What?
Ready?
Yeah.
Alright guys, welcome back. It is the next day, and we are hanging all the plastic sheeting up so we can make our makeshift booth, so we can get this thing sprayed here sooner or later. But this is just one sheet, believe it or not. It actually goes a long way. Got it off Amazon, but we're gonna hang a couple more sheets and block it all off so we can get this thing heated up enough so it'll actually work and we can spray primer, and just to kind of keep everything from getting overspray on it. So that's not as fun, but Andy is working on the door, and you can see we had to kind of, you guys know that we shaved the drip rail off this thing, and we're having to kind of create kind of where the drip rail had kind of filled it. So we kind of just slapped a bunch of Bondo in here, and most of it's going to get taken off anyway because you got to get a lot of it out of here, but it just has to be thick enough so it makes the body line look straight, because up here it's tugging it really tight, and up here there's a giant gap. So unfortunately the freaking, I don't even know what to call it, drip rail
Covered a
hid
lot.
everything. It literally covered everything. So that's kind of crappy, but the other side looks good. There's a few minor spots on it that might need some work.
Here, I'll show you guys.
Overall, pretty good. Yesterday we got enough done. I don't know, we hung the doors and stuff just to make sure.
This gap looks way better. Needs a little bit, but
Yeah. So
Because you can
This
see
is-
where the drip
this
roll
is
actually
doable.
started on camera
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, you can see it really good. But this is a lot better. This door does sit a little far forward right here. I don't know, but it's about as close as we can get it. But that's what we're working on today. Right now, Keller is trading for a welding bed, so they're swapping that outside right now. I will, obviously we're not gonna, it's cold out there, we're not gonna record out there, but
It's right over here. Oh,
whenever we
focus.
get the other one on, we will, or we get his welding bed on later, we will show you guys what it looks like and kind of what went down there. So it's gonna end up working out, but we're just gonna stay in here and get some of this sheeting hung up, and Andy's gonna keep working on that door and hopefully get that kind of lined out. But it's coming along. This sheeting is gonna help a lot, and you can already kind of feel it's warmed up a little bit in here. So we're gonna try and hopefully get the temperature going in here and enclose the makeshift booth in with the heater, so it just blows into here and not the rest of the shop. And a lot of our heat is getting lost because there's no attic in this.
It's just
It's
open.
not boarded off at all. There's no insulation, so this is going to actually help a lot, because in Evan's shop, whenever we had it, there was a significant temperature difference. Even though this is just plastic sheeting, it really did help a lot. So yeah, we're going to keep doing that, and we will update you guys as time goes on. Maybe throw you up on some time lapse too. So Coulter's truck over here, we got 3 welding rigs over here. Coulter's truck's over here with the torch. Guthrie's out there. Keller's has the bed off. I undid all the bed bolts. We got the filler neck out. The fass is dangling there because him and Cole decided to put the damn fass on the bed bolt, which isn't a huge deal, I guess. It just kind of made me mad. It's because it was inconvenient, but it definitely looks kind of cool sitting here. But Keller's is not going to get the welding bed put on it until this thing. He's going to power wash the ever-living shit out of it, even though it's probably 35 degrees, and then is going to paint it as well and get it looking good before he puts the new welding bed on. Keller and his nonsense over there, he's getting rid of his perfectly meant 3rd gen bed because he's apparently a welder. But we'll go look at this bed. I can't speak much for it because you guys know I prefer obviously normal beds, but it is what he's gonna do. I mean, this is what Keller does. We're gonna set his welder on there and stuff, so I can't complain too much. He was gonna beat the crap out of that other bed if he didn't, so it'll work. I'm gonna try and convince him from here, right here down, to paint match it, and then on top do a very nice Line X bed liner. And it should kind of maintain the durability of it while having some good looking color match as well. But we're hoping to keep his tip too. But we're trying to get this all done soon, so I'll keep you guys updated. Nighttime. So I need to film an outro for you guys because this is the end of the video. We got some good stuff today. There's the tailgate still outside. I got to grab that because Mr. Andy was sanding on it. And yeah, this door needs to stay open because it is very potent in here. I feel bad for the dogs. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff done today. It just turned out awesome. Hopefully you got, let's see if this thing's focusing. There we go. So I'll say time and time again, and I've said this before, having good friends that surround you and whatnot make these projects go way better, way faster, and end up turning out better just because, again, more than one opinion and more than one person that's having ideas goes a long way. And that really shows here. This truck's going to be one of a kind just because me and my friends kind of putting our heads together and finding the best look, in our opinion, I guess. And I'm just psyched with how this thing's coming along. While me, Colton, and Logan kind of put up all this plastic sheeting. We still have more to go, unfortunately. I wish there wasn't as much to go, but we still got quite a bit to go. Andy did a lot of the real work today. I consider what he did actual work. So you can see right here, there's about, if this will focus, maybe, there we go. He's added on to this body line, kind of reshaping it because of our bad door. Our removal of the drip rail made that not look the best, I'll be honest. And he's making that look like $100 or $1 million, my bad. The tailgate's outside, he sanded that. So he was doing like actual work to the truck today. So shout out to him. I want to explain to you guys what these test spots are. So this was the first test spot, just to skim with our new flake. We got some crazy new flake in. You guys can really see the red flake in there, I'm sure. But this was very light. I'm not a big fan of that. Next color, without the light. You can tell without the light. So 1, 2, and 3. You can tell without the light. This is lighter. Not real big fan of this. Gets darker. Again, this is no clear coat. So this is pretty glossy even without clear coat. So I'm impressed. This is darker, which is better. But it has a ton of flake in it. It has a ton of flake, but a ton of red flake. And I'm not as happy with that because I don't know. I just don't want that much red flake. And then this is even darker. So see if you guys, I'm sure you can see the red flake in that too. But we added what was called molten rubber flake. So it's a really dark charcoal flake. And I love the color of it. But the red flake, I like it, but not just a ton of it. I don't want this thing to look like a Christmas ornament. Andy said that, and I was like, that is perfect. That is exactly what I don't want it to look like. So see if you guys can see some of this. Yeah. So this thing's going to have a ton of flake. It just kind of looks like a bunch of crystals. It's nuts. But those are the new test spots. That's kind of the secret that I've been holding out on you guys. So we aren't just going to have like every other charcoal gray paint like everybody else. It's going to have the atomic red pearl, which is already mixed in and was in there. Some special flake mixing, and it's going to look great. I'm very thrilled. I cannot wait. But the guys got a lot of work done, and they primered while I was gone and threw a little bit of Bondo down and guide coated it. They did spray some graffiti on the bed with the guide coat, go figure, so I'm not going to show that, but it turned out real good. Hopefully I'll show this side maybe. The guide coats turned out really good, but yeah, no, both of them have graffiti on there. We might get demonetized for that. They slapped some Bondo on certain spots. Down there we found a spot that we didn't see before, but it's looking pretty good. And all in all, looking pretty good. They did whip out a bunch of work though. We worked on some stuff today. I helped Keller with his bed, and we hung this plastic sheeting, as you guys can see here. And we are missing this wall, so we gotta get this wall hung up, and then the back walls back here, we gotta get hung up as well. So that's about all that I've got to show you guys. We got a lot of stuff accomplished this weekend, but this is Saturday night, so we quit for the evening, and tomorrow we're taking the day off. So I'm getting some stuff sold tomorrow that I posted on a video, so I'm pretty happy about that. And then I will start again on Monday, another week of working on this thing. And I just got confirmation that where I'm leaving for work, as most of you guys know, I just got done with college. So where they are sending me for work is Paris, Texas. So if any of you guys are in the Texas area or anything like that, definitely feel free to give me a holler. I'll be down there. I'm obviously big first gen guy, so if you guys need work on first gens or whatever, or more than likely this thing will be with me. So if you guys want to come see this thing, you're more than welcome to. But anybody down that way, feel free. I'll probably be bored and only working on a first gen in my free time if I can bring it with me. But I'm looking forward to that too. So hopefully I get to meet some new people or put some names to some faces as well. So I am going to get on out of here. Probably going to let this place air out a little bit because it's a little fumey. We don't have our filters and fans set up yet, but we will get there slowly but surely. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys have a very good weekend. Until next time, we will be right here on the Old School Crew for another one. Keep kicking it old school, and we will see you guys later. Peace out.